What made me want to become a teacher was simple. I had just graduated from Rutgers University and I had two small children to raise, and I took the first adult job that I was offered. I did have my teaching certificate. I stuck around a year after I graduated to get it, but I never thought I was going to use it. I never saw myself as an English teacher, but since my degree was in literature, I didn't have a choice. So I had been working with the School District of Philadelphia since 2003. My best experience so far has been one that took place outside of the classroom. I was at a Target loading up my car, and out of nowhere this big black guy starts running towards me, and I thought I had cut him off, or I had accidentally hit him with my cart. And it turns out that he was a student from my first year of teaching, and he gave me the biggest hug ever, and he said, "Miss Hunter, I just wanted to thank you for being so mean to me, because I was able to get through college because of you." It turns out that everything that I tried to do in that class, such as getting the kids to think deep, to try harder when they thought that they couldn't, getting the students to take ownership of their behavior and to be responsible and to honor deadlines and to ask for help when they need it. All of those things he was able to use in college, and he was successful, and he thanked me, and that has stuck with me ever since. And that happened about 15 years ago, and I will never forget it. Being a teacher is rewarding. It is definitely rewarding to work with the students, to see them grow, to see them overcome themselves in order to be successful. Even though I teach students who are 17 and 18 years old, they still need guidance. They still need someone there to help them, to mentor them, to be there for them. And it's extremely rewarding to just see them become an amazing person right in front of your eyes. Teaching has definitely changed me as a person. It has changed me for the better, and it has changed me for the worse. One of the ways it has changed me for the worse was I never thought that I would have students who were neglected and abused at the age that I teach, but I do. And it's something that happens more often than not, and it's something that takes a lot of getting used to. And it's unfortunate that I have students whose parents don't care if they have enough to eat, or if they have running water, or if they have electricity at home. Some parents just don't care. And it's really hard, but you have got to push through. A lot of the problems that I face being a public school teacher is because of this misconception that kids in the inner city are less than, so therefore they don't deserve all the opportunities and experiences as kids in the suburbs. And that is not true. My students are absolutely amazing, and they deserve every opportunity and every chance that can be given to them, just like a student in the suburbs. They deserve to be in buildings that don't have holes, that have heat when it's cold, that have air conditioning when it's hot. They deserve to be in buildings where the water is not a problem. And I think one of these ways that this can be solved is to completely change the way that schools are funded. Schools should not be funded based on the taxes of the neighborhood that they're in. Advice that I would give to new teachers is threefold. There are three important things of advice that I would give a new teacher. The first thing would be to make sure you have a hobby. Make sure that you have something that you can do at least once a week to help you de-stress and refocus. Whether it's yoga, knitting, swimming, reading, there needs to be something that does not involve education that you can do to help you center yourself. The second piece of advice would be to document everything that happens in your class every day. Everything that you do, how long it took, what were the hard parts, who finished first, how many times was your class interrupted. That sort of record will definitely save you more often than not. And the last piece of advice I would give would be to say no. You are allowed to say no. You don't have to be on every committee. You don't have to join every club. you're allowed to say no. You know, if I was not a teacher, I can only think of 3 professions that I have an interest in. I would either be an actor, a lawyer, or in advertising. I can definitely see myself in those 3 fields. I can't see myself doing anything else.